Hello, YouTubers. This is another session in our series to build decentralized social media platform called Taarafu. In the past few months, really, we had a lot of engineers from everywhere, coming in together, contributing to the source code, and they continue to kind of make, code changes in there, a little bit of code rub there, building UI components, middleware, and backend integrations. Just like you guys saw in my last podcast, I'm trying to bring all the kind of talented people around the world that I can meet, to kind of work on this great project for the rest of us. We're building a social media by the people for the people. You get to say whatever you want. You get to spin up your own community without fear of discrimination or without fear of being, alienated for your opinions. And, today I am joined by a very dear brother of mine, Mr. Elbek. Assalamu alaikum, brother. How you doing?
Assalamu alaikum, Stas. Thanks, I'm good.
So Elbek, Elbek is from Uzbekistan, and he is a very passionate person. Like we had a special podcast, to talk a little bit about, being able to, teach people software engineering starting from scratch. And I couldn't find anyone that, I really enjoy working with, just like Elbek. Just I watch most of your YouTube videos, though I appreciate the passion and the zeal that you put there in your content. I don't understand what you're saying, but I'm just sitting there and looking at the code. I'd be like, he must be defining a variable now. Maybe that's what that means. So, maybe you will teach me Uzbek sometimes. Maybe you'll
Yeah,
teach me a little bit of Uzbek sometimes. There are things, just for the people watching us, there are things that are very common. In terms of linguistics between me
mm,
and Elbik, we're both Muslims, so we say things like Inshallah, Assalamu alaikum, stuff like that. So it's pretty common, but we might be from all different corners in the earth, but the hearts are at the same place. So here's what we're gonna do, my friend. Let's take a quick look. This is I'm introducing you and people who are excited to follow you to this project. Ta'arafu. Ta'arafu. Do you know what it means? Have you ever heard that word before, ta'arafu? So,
yeah.
yeah,
As you
it
said,
means
get to know
get
each other,
get
right?
to know each other, right? Get to know each other. It's an Arabic word. It means get to know each other. And the whole idea about ta'arafu is, to be able to build a decentralized social media platform that anybody can spin up, anybody can create their own community, and then these decentralized networks, they can actually connect to each other. So people can post things online. It's your own code. Go ahead and change it, but at the same time we get to build an engineering marvel. I want people to look at this project and be like, wow, this is how people engineered the systems. This is a lot of good examples that we can take a look at and actually learn from and all that. This is all part of all of this. So I'm gonna we're gonna take a stroll at the code base first, and then we're gonna start working on some stuff. So this is start off here. So GitHub. Ta'arafu is a part of a concept called engineering free speech, where people actually get to express themselves and be able to be say whatever they want to say, on a social network platform. So there's a lot of history there. Look how many videos are there. These are all the sessions that we've had, and now you're joining me, so we're gonna add even more sessions to this. What's interesting is that the community at this point in time, even the Discord community, everybody's supporting each other. Talk about the standard, working with the standard. I've even seen interesting manifestations of the standard recently. Let me show you. So,
Mhm.
did you watch my Blazer series? Do you have a chance to
Not
see
yet,
that? Not
not
yet.
yet. Yeah, I,
Some,
I watched the podcast with Daniel Roth about
yeah,
Blazer.
there is more than that. Like you'll see concepts like loading, operating error, and base
Oh,
components, all that. This is what I call a spin-off of the standard. It's
hmm
something that, people are picking up this up and running with certain ideas and building their own thing, right? Anyway, so let's go back to this. Let's go back to this. So we're gonna be building, like right now, Ta'arafu has only two models, right? The posts where you actually push a post that was
hmm
built by the great Stanislav. He's all the way up there in Germany, in Poland. He built that one. And then also we have Mr. Chris and Mahdi. You know, both of them kind of drove the development of having comments on a post, right? And you and I today, my friend, we're gonna go drive adding profiles. We
Mm-hmm.
need to add profiles. So let's go back to the blackboard. I like the blackboard. I like to explain to people what things look like. For people who are not familiar with the standard, what we really do, we want to just simply create a simple API endpoint that allows us to add profiles.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we're going to start. CRUD operations, full CRUD operations. We're going to go from A to Z, or from Aleph to Ya. What do you think?
Yeah.
How do you, what's the first letter in Uzbek language and what's the last letter in the Uzbek language?
So it's A, and we
Mm.
call it A,
Ah,
and
okay.
yeah, and there is uh, it ends with a symbol. It's not a letter; it's just
Yeah,
a symbol. In Arabic, they have ayn, right?
yeah.
And we don't have this letter. We don't have this letter or sound. We just stop there. For example,
Ah,
yeah,
I am super shocked you can say Ain. You're not skipping. That's crazy.
yeah, I'm,
That's
I'm, I'm
crazy.
trying.
All right, man. So let's build this together. So assume that this is a database.
Mhm,
So we want to create a database table, and then we want to connect a storage broker to it. So this is here going to be by storage broker, and this is my database. We're going to build a database table, and then we need to build a service, and this service will take care of, the validation, processing, and integration, right? So this is what I call a service, a foundation service. So this is going to be profile foundation service or profile service. I usually skip the word foundation because it's at the very bottom. It's kind of obvious. And then on top of that, we're going to build what I call an exposure
mhm,
component, and that's called profiles controller. It's an API endpoint that will help us build an API. While we're doing this, we're going to be writing some tests. I was just explaining this to someone today. I was telling them there are unit tests, there are acceptance tests, and there are integration tests.
mhm,
So unit test is method to method on the same class, on the same component, and then acceptance test is the entire microservice, and then integration
mhm,
test is the entire system. So okay, let's start, by highlighting what we need to work on today. First of all, we need to work on the model,
mhm,
right? And the model part is the part where we go and say, here's the profile. Here's what I think this profile is going to look like. Here are the properties and the attributes of this profile. And I
mhm.
want to basically create a database table that corresponds to this profile. Okay. Do you want to try it or should I show you? What do you want to do? Let
I
me
I can
let
give
me
it a
show you.
try.
You want to give
Okay.
it a try? Go ahead. Go ahead. No, you go. I've done it 1,000 times. It's actually more fun for me. But make sure that your font is big because people watch
Hmm.
this on their phones, so it
Hmm.
gets a little interesting. Hmm.
So I should be creating a model
Hmm.
based on which anti-framework will create the table, right?
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Let me share my screen real quick.
Go for it.
And
Here you are.
Terraform.
Yes.
Let me quickly
Get latest.
git fetch upstream.
I don't know who was having. Oh, Mahdi. Yeah, he was doing the same thing. He basically would run into this key phrase thing. Anyway, keep going. I'm listening.
Check out
Mm-hmm.
users.
So you're creating a branch, right?
Yeah, yes, I am.
Okay. All right.
And we should be working with broker, right?
Yes. No,
S-
no, no, no. This is called data. This task is
Uh-huh.
just called data
Data.
dash profiles.
Uh-huh.
That's it. It's just the model, right? Okay. Let's go, my friend. Let's do it.
Hmm. And I think I can open it. Um, Oh, it opened with the technologies of the Stone Age. Let me open with something new.
Which Visual Studio is that 2019? Is that?
Yeah,
All right, man.
yeah, that
We
looks
can
beautiful.
we can actually update the solution. I think it'll do that for you automatically. It'll update the solution to be more targeting Visual Studio 2020. We'll see about that. Okay, so here's the project. So you have build, you have provision, you have acceptance and the tests. Let's go ahead and start with the model because that's where everything else starts, right? A model. We need to create a simple model that represents a profile. Hmm.
So we're going to core,
Yep.
and let me close thing for now and open
Hmm.
again. Model.
Models. Uh-huh. And then that folder is basically the namespace, right? So you want to call it
Mm,
profiles, right? Because it's plural for the
mhm.
namespace. And then inside that guy, we're going to create the profile model.
So it's gonna be profile.
You know, I remember a time where people used to add the word model next to the profile. So we would say profile model, student
Uh,
model, and then started to go away because it just didn't make any sense. The model is at the center of everything. All right,
yeah.
man, let's start simple. So what do we need? We need an ID, right?
Hmm. So it's
Nice,
gonna be grid,
so I'm gonna be good, control period, pulls down the magic. You're
and it
uh
forgets it.
you're the boss. I'm gonna be working for you. You're the one. And I like your font. Your font is very what font is that, brother? This is
This is a default, I think.
it's not the Visual Studio default, I can tell you that. The Visual Studio, click on tools and go to options real quick
Uh-huh.
and then go to just type editor.
Editor,
So text editor
text editor.
and then general. It's not showing. I think it's C sharp. So keep going, scrolling under editor. No, 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 keep going. There's one that's under C sharp specifically. So scroll down, scroll. There it is. There it is. Catch that guy. And then click general, and then maybe formatting. Under formatting, I think. General,
General.
nothing. What about code style? Code style. So there, but code style. Yeah, there
Mm,
it is. This might be it. No, that's not it. I don't know where it is, honestly. It's somewhere. But that's for sure not Consolas. Consolas is the I think that's the
uh,
font. But anyway, it's probably something else. But it looks cute. It looks fine.
yeah.
I like it. Anyway, let's go back to this. So what do we want? We probably want a username,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just gonna be a string, right?
String. Username
One
with
word, yeah, one,
like,
yeah. And
okay.
then we probably want look at the autopilot dancing with you, telling you whatever you want. And we probably want a display name, right? Just, if they have a name, we have a display name, right? Let's call it just name,
Okay.
Elbek. Just name is okay. Yeah. And then what else do we want? Do we want their email? Let's have their email.
Yeah.
String email. I think that's enough, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we could go and say created date, updated date,
Yeah.
like audit fields, and that's it.
Date time offset.
That's right. Date time offset is mainly like it's date time implemented properly. That's really all that it is
Mm,
because kind of keeps track of the zone and it's a lot easier to work with. Date time offset and then updated date. All right. So we have a
mhm,
model. That's great. Let's go and create a database table that corresponds to it. And the way for us to do that is that we need to go to the brokers
mhm,
and then under storages, create iStorage broker dot profiles.cs and leave it empty.
mhm.
Go for it. It won't create until you do it from the folder itself. I know it. A lot of people come to me and say, "Well, it's not creating." I'll be like, "Yeah,
Ah,
it's a file. You can't create a file from a file." Hmm.
iStorage
Broker
broker dot.
dot profiles dot cs. That's right.
Here we go.
Yeah. So leave that empty. The only thing you need to do is just make it partial.
Partial.
So that's there. And then let's go into creating storage broker dot profiles dot so that's the concrete class now.
Broker dot.
You're so focused. Just laser beam. All right. So this guy is going to be partialized, but this time the only thing that we want to do is just create the link between the database table and this. So we
Mm-hmm.
need a DB set. Let's create a DB set for this. Just a property,
Mm-hmm.
I think. But the only difference here is that yeah, there you go. You know that stuff. You could teach me that stuff.
So we call it profiles. Am I right?
Yes, but the DB set takes a generic type of profile, uppercase, because it's a property, right? Hmm.
When I just enter this uh,
Mm.
thing
Yeah.
in the oh, what I'm doing, profiles,
Uh,
and when I click using,
uh,
it gets out of the focus, so I cannot click tab and go to this uh,
oh, that
property name.
sucks.
Yeah,
Why?
that's
And
kind
go
of.
and go yell at the Visual Studio folks. Tell them what are you guys thinking? Okay, so now you have that. Now let's open up the package manager and let's generate a migration. So let's do that. You could do it from tools. Go to tools
Mhm.
and then go to NuGet Package Manager and then Package Manager console.
Okay.
All right. Now let's do this. Add dash do
Migrations.
yeah migration and do tab. So because I always forget do tab. Yep, there you go. Because I always forget if it's migration or migrations. So I
Uh-huh.
just do tab and it auto completes. That's just a lazy poor man. All right, double quotes and let's say add
So double
add
close.
profile model. Yeah. No spaces, just one thing. And I
Mm-hmm.
think the double quotes are not needed if you are not going to use spaces,
Mm-hmm.
but that's okay, yeah, whatever. Profile model. Yeah, hit the button. Let's see. Moment of truth. If you don't have a connection string, it might get mad at you. So we'll see.
Let's see.
Huh.
Oh, can I just?
Ooh, look at that. Magic.
Yeah.
Look. Now let's add the copyrights. So add the usings all the way up at the using. Just yeah, you can click yes, enable it
Yeah.
if you want.
Yeah. I just want it. Okay. So.
Let's add a copyright like a header for the file at the top. So you see that little light bulb that's next to
Mm-hmm.
using system?
Mm-hmm.
No, you missed it. Oh, you don't have to do that. Hold on, I'll show you a nice trick. No, don't do
Okay.
that. Do control
Okay.
period
Add
and then
header.
enter. Enter.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, that's why I like pair programming. I get to show engineers some tricks and they think I'm smart. I'm not. I just done it 50,000 times. And that's the best thing when you're working with a team too as well. Like if you're working on a team, your the knowledge keeps circling around because Elbek is gonna pair with Hassan today, but tomorrow is gonna be pairing with Mohammed, and then the next day is gonna be pairing with Noder, and the next day is gonna be pairing with another person. So the
Yeah.
knowledge keeps circling around, right? So that's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
So okay, just out of curiosity, why don't you type in the command line update dash database?
Mm-hmm.
Date dash database.
It,
Yeah, hit. I just want to see, I don't know if the auto migration is enabled or not, for one.
no migration
Yeah,
required.
yeah, you're good. You're good. You're done. Let's create a
Mm-hmm.
PR. Yeah. I wish I could bring you some tea. Man, this is the fun thing about programming. By the way, you don't need to do all that stage old stuff, just for your knowledge. All you gotta do is just
I
type at the
guess.
top. Just type at the top data and push everything. Commit and push everything. Yeah, data colon and then add profile model. Make your pull request like a
Mhm.
like an I always say make it like a newspaper title. The first letter of every word is uppercase.
Okay.
So add profile model. Yeah. Nice.
So I should. So changes are not staged.
Yeah,
So if
yeah.
I
Click
commit.
on the drop down. Click on the drop down. No, in that very same button you have.
Oh.
And then commit and push all.
Okay.
Magic.
Oh.
Done.
Yeah.
And then this guy will tell you now create a pull request automatically. Watch.
Yeah, it does.
Let's do it. Oh, you already know that one? Okay. We'll surprise you. Okay.
So
Create pull
create.
request. That's it, my friend. You created a PR. My turn now. I need to do a storage broker. Is that okay with you, or are you gonna hog the keyboard? I know some brothers, they take the whole thing. They'll be like, no, I'm gonna do everything. I'll be like, well, what am I supposed to do now? So, well, it becomes a problem. Brothers get mad and it becomes a problem. So let me just take a look at your nice PR that you shared here, and let's merge it in. So one of the things about this PR, it's going to confuse people a lot because both of us have the same theme, the dark theme. So okay,
Yeah.
approve and run. This is going to run. Approve and run is there, so you don't have to spin up agents in your enterprise version of GitHub,
Mhm.
even if you're not really agreeing with a pull request. But also one more thing here, we can assign an issue,
Mhm.
linked issues. What is the issue that we have? Data profile. There you go, my friend. That right here is a complete PR, and that's the first building block in
Mhm.
any standard compliant project. You created a model, created a migration, created a pull request, and soon we'll be merging it. Let's take a look here, see what things look like. Let's just in
Mhm.
case we missed something. Yep, you did everything. Yeah, you're very clever. I like it. Okay, let's merge that guy in. I know that it builds and all that, so we should be good. My turn, right?
Okay.
So let's see. Maybe I know, maybe I don't. We'll see. Let's find Taarafu here. Taarafu core. Are you having fun or no? You don't like this, right?
Yes, I
It's too.
am. Yes, I
Okay.
am.
Okay,
I'm
if you're
enjoying
having
the
fun,
process.
okay, if you're having fun, that's more important to me than the code.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was just I was just talking to this gentleman this morning, actually in the afternoon. He's a good man. He's been at Microsoft like 20 years, and before that he worked at IBM for 20 years. It's crazy.
Well.
Yeah, he seemed a very nice guy, and I was just telling him the exact same thing this morning. I was telling him, Gary, his name is Gary. I said to him, what's more important than software is the relationships that you build
Yeah.
with people while you're building software. Because if you don't like working with me now, right, the next time I need your help in a project, you'll be like, no, man, I don't like working with you.
Mm.
The project is delivered, but I don't want to work with you, right? So
Mm.
it's really important to maintain that relationship. All right, my turn. Users, Hassan Habib slash brokers dash profiles dash insert. So we're gonna do the
Okay.
insertion piece. CRUD operations, pure and simple. I'm gonna go to that nice interface that you built for us, and I'm gonna go here and say value task. It's CRUD, right? So you start with creation, right?
Yeah.
Create. Everything starts with the creation, I think. What do you think about that?
Yeah. Exactly.
All right. So insert profile async. Why insert, Elbik? Because that's the language that the
Language.
databases speak. Every realm speaks its own language. It's like DNA. Like in the
Mhm.
foundation services, you'll see us saying add.
Mhm.
In the processing service, we might say something like ensure or upsert.
Mhm.
In the controller, you'll see us saying post, right? So the language will differ from one place to the other. Okay, let's do this. So
Yeah.
public async value task. Here we go.
Mhm.
Profile, insert, profile async,
Sync.
profile like this. and then I want to create a broker with scoped broker so it doesn't go crazy and try to do something that I don't want it to do. This dot configuration, and then I'm gonna go here and say entity entry, which is what the entity framework returns.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna go here and say profile entity entry like this. And then underneath that, we can go like this and say await this dot, actually no, just broker dot profiles, add async. And then I
Yeah.
can pass the pro. Stop me at any second if you see something that you don't like. I'm be more than happy. So look at this guy. It's reading my code. It's writing the code for me. Did you see that part? Look,
Yeah.
look, look, look. And then we can go here and
It's
say
so cool.
profile, entity, and then entity. Done. So
And
we
I
go
think we
ahead.
need to implement the contract.
The contract.
Or
Oh, you mean
don't we
this?
need it? Ah,
You mean this guy?
yeah.
Yeah, this guy. That's the one that I was writing here.
Okay. So it's the contract and the concrete class are hooked up together, and that's it. We don't need to specify in each partial class. Am I right?
No, just one,
Okay. Yeah.
just one place. By the way, I do write code while I'm talking, so don't
Mm-hmm.
get distracted with what I'm saying. I'm actually working.
Yeah.
This is how I have fun at work. I'm getting work done, but I'm laughing and cracking jokes and all kinds of things, right? So, so,
Yeah.
so now we have insert profile async. So we build the integration. How easy is that? It's so easy, right?
Yeah.
So I can go now and say, all right, well, if that's the case, then I'm gonna go here and say brokers,
Mm-hmm.
and then insert profile, and then I can go here and just click insert all and push, and now we can go back to. Now it's your turn to review my code. It's back and
Okay.
forth, right? We do things like that, right? So I'm gonna create a PR here, and you're gonna take a look at it, and you're gonna tell me whether I forgot something or not. Okay, I'm switching back to your screen. You ready? Yeah.
Uh, yes, I am.
Okay. Here's Elbek's screen. Let's see. Maybe you can find something in my pull request.
So I
Let's
should go
see.
with files changed first. Am I right?
No, no, screw that. Click the dot on your keyboard. Click dot on your keyboard.
Dot.
Yeah, just
Dot.
click dot on your keyboard and just
Okay.
wait. Wait, wait,
Oh, magic.
wait. And this is how I review code normally. If it's not too large,
Uh,
I will just look at the page. But here, this is how I catch issues. Wait for it. Wait, it's gonna open exactly the file. There you go.
oh, oh, that's nice. That's magic.
Pair programming, right? You get to see all that cool stuff, right? Nothing, I'll tell you this. I don't get me wrong, I love building software. By the way, you can't do you see that thing at the top, like the right side at the top right, that looks like a book? Click on
Yeah.
that book guy. Yeah, click on it. Oh no, 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 no. Close that tab. We don't need that. I wanted you to switch the view. No, 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 not like that. Um,
That's exactly VS Code.
so what happens? Yeah, it's basically VS Code. What happens when you click on these three dots? What does it show?
Inline view.
Inline. There you go. Click that. There you go.
Yeah.
And you see now everything way better than this web browser, especially with bigger PRs. You're gonna see like orchestration services, coordination services, much better
Mm-hmm.
than what. Now, how do we go back to the changes? Click on that pull request, the thing that looks like a pull request. Not,
Yeah.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I was looking for it.
What do you think about that? And you can leave comments. Like, see, you can select one line and click on it.
Oh,
Boom,
that's awesome.
comments.
Yeah.
A
It's
while b-
awesome.
a while back, Visual Studio itself had that feature in it, but it doesn't work with 2022. Maybe I need to go talk to the Azure folks. They're the ones that developed it. We'll go give them a visit and say, hey guys, can you fix it? So okay, let's look at the code. Maybe you can see something in there. What do you
Yeah.
think? Any
Everything
issues?
looks fine now.
You sure? 100%?
I am sure.
Okay.
So I should be review
That's
and approve some
yeah.
sort of.
You just need to yeah, there you go. Perfect. Yep. All right.
Oh. That's
Oh,
nice.
good. All right. No, yeah, I will stay because it'll make you excuse me. I think you can still approve, but you are a contributor. All right,
Hmm.
there it is. Now it's in. So tomorrow, you and I get to work a little bit on the other parts of this, which is the the foundation service. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay, do you have any questions for me or any comments, anything at all? Oh, thank God you finally got the screen down a little bit so I can talk to you. I know you do it like this because you're on a laptop, right? You're on
Yeah,
a
yes, I
laptop,
am.
so
Yeah.
you're trying to get to the code. What do you think? Do you have any questions for me about any of this at all?
Uh, Everything seems understandable for now. If
Okay.
any questions, I'll ask.
Awesome. And while I'm talking about this, probably a good idea to update the standard about the idea about modeling and creating integrations and all that. I mean, while the standard is so generic and it's talking
Mhm.
about these things, it's nice to take a smaller chapter and talk about, out of the box integration and what's our preference when it comes to working with code rather than working with an external technology. Well, if you don't have any questions, it's always a pleasure and fun talking to you, sir. I appreciate you, brother, and I'll see you tomorrow. Sounds
Looking
good?
for a new session, Ustaz.
Thank you so much, brother. Assalamu alaikum. Take care.
Assalamu alaikum. Bye.